How to get funding for a startup company. Did you know there is no shortage of money out there, especially for businesses? There's more money historically than there has ever been for businesses, and I'm gonna share exactly how you can get your fair share. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, all you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
I'm going to give you a very detailed step-by-step process on how a new company, a startup, can actually start getting business funding in just a matter of weeks. I'm going to share with you my best resources that are working right now and tell you exactly where to go so you can get funding. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to tell you about a brand new company that is out here helping startups, and you can get started with them in less than 3 minutes. So one of the things that you need to know when it comes to becoming a startup is that entrepreneurship is really where you need to be. So because you are watching this video, I know that you are a very smart person, and you probably already know that starting a company is awesome. I know the odds are stacked against you, and most people are going to tell you that starting a business, you're probably going to fail and all this other crap. But I am a very successful entrepreneur. I make hundreds of thousands of dollars per month and millions per year. And all those same people told me the exact same thing that they're telling you, that you're a startup, you're probably not going to make it, you know, blah, 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 these businesses fail. But I'm going to tell you some secret ways that you do not have to fail, and you have all of the funding that you need to be successful. Because I do feel like one of the bigger issues that most entrepreneurs have, and especially startups, is that they do not have enough money to be successful. And in many cases, most of us don't know how to access it, we don't know where to look, and we definitely don't know what to say when we get there. So I'm going to tell you all of that so that you can have a very successful startup. But congratulations for even watching this and making the decision to become an entrepreneur, because it is really awesome. It has changed my life. I write my own income, I work my own hours, and I live the life that I want to live. And I want those exact same things for you. So let me tell you how to get some funding. So the first thing that you want to do if you're really looking to get funding for your startup is you want to make sure that you actually start a real business. You want to set the business up. You're going to need to register your business with the Secretary of State. You're going to need to get either an LLC, an S Corp, or a C Corp. Again, Noel is not an attorney or a tax advisor, so I cannot advise you on which one of those structures that you should get, but go ahead and make sure that you do register your business. You want to get a professional phone number, a professional email, a professional website, and an EIN number. Once you get those 5 things, you have set yourself up to be further than 80% of the businesses that exist out there, and now you've positioned yourself where you can actually get business funding. This is the thing that I think that most people fail to do and why they're not able to access business funding. They have this business that is a business idea, but they don't actually have the legal structure for it to be really a business and for people to actually lend money to it. If you want someone to lend your business money, you're going to have to invest the time, the energy, and the effort to make it a real business so that they have something to invest in. If you haven't taken the time to register your business with the Secretary of State and get a professional phone number, then why would anyone listen to you? But if you take the time, and again, you can get this stuff done in one day, you will find there is no shortage of money out there for businesses. Let's get to that part. Step 2, start building business credit. I cannot tell you this enough, how this was actually a big mistake that I made in my business. I literally waited years and used my own personal credit and my own personal savings to fund my business. And now I have students that are able to surpass what I was ever able to do because they have more money. They have business credit, they have lines and loans and checkings account, all this money where they can market their business, they can send ads, they can get customers, they can fulfill on their deliveries, they can do all of these things, and they don't have to rely on their own personal savings. So you want to go ahead and set your business up with business credit. And how you do that is you want to go to a website called Dun & Bradstreet. When it comes to business credit, there are 3 bureaus, very similar to personal credit. On the personal credit side, you have Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. But on the business credit side, you have Experian Business, Equifax Business, and Dun & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet is the juggernaut of business credit, okay? They are the major business credit reporting agency, and you want to make sure that you and your business has a profile with them, and you start working on that business credit report. I literally have been able to take my score from 0 on Dun & Bradstreet all the way up to 80, which is one of their best scores. They go from 0 to 100. I've been able to do that in months and start getting corporate leases, getting homes in my business's name. You couldn't even imagine. All different types of opportunity. But it starts by taking the time to make sure that you have a Dun & Bradstreet profile set up. And again, completely free. You go to dunandbradstreet.com. You get your free DNB number. You will have to have all of those 5 things that I told you previously, a website, an EIN number, and things like that. And they will give you a Dun & Bradstreet number for free. Then you can easily start putting some trade lines on there. I'll tell you about that in the next step. And you will have a business credit profile where you can get hundreds of thousands of dollars for your business in a very short amount of time. Next place where there is so much business funding that most people do not know about after you've done the Dun & Bradstreet is you want to set up merchant processing accounts. So this is easy. I'm sure you probably heard of PayPal and Square and Stripe, but you want to make sure that you have a business profile, a business PayPal, a business Square, and a business Stripe account. That way you can accept credit cards, and that way you have a merchant processing account. If you have bad credit and you're not able to get some of these, I even have some options for you. I have a link below to a company called 5 Star Processing where you can get set up with a merchant processing account with them with a credit score as low as 350, okay? I literally have a student this week that got $2,500 in business credit with them with no personal guarantee at all. That student is now able to start sending letters and doing things with their business, okay? So there's money out there. PayPal has money, PayPal Working Capital. Square has money, it's called Square Capital. And these are monies that they are lending to small businesses. They literally make a ton of money. I actually have stock in PayPal. I'm an investor of PayPal. And I can tell you they are very they are doing very well cash-wise. They have a lot of cash. So what they started to do is to lend that money to small businesses to help them. Because again, when you use PayPal and you accept credit cards with PayPal, you will have to pay PayPal a fee. Okay? And so with all those fees that they've charged all these millions of people, they now have billions of dollars and they're lending that money back to small entrepreneurs. And this is an awesome opportunity. I literally have borrowed money from PayPal and it has worked out perfectly for me. And so I suggest that you could do the same. I literally had a student that had a PayPal account. They got it set up and in 3 months, they got an offer from PayPal of $10,000. Again, in their business's name. This is all simple stuff that you can do. Just make sure you follow the steps that I'm telling. So now let me give you some bonuses, okay? So another company where you can get set up with a business checking account is a company called North One, okay? North One Bank. You literally, no matter what your credit score is, they actually work with people that have bad credit, whether you have good credit or bad credit. You can get a merchant processing account with them or actually integrate your merchant processing account with them. You can get your business checking account set up in 3 minutes, okay, guys? This is an awesome company that is doing wonderful things for small businesses. You want to make sure that you're working with them because it is an awesome opportunity. So check that bank out. They are North One Bank, and they are a company that I enjoy so much, and I want to make sure that they are a resource for you as well. They are here to help the small entrepreneur. Check them out. And then one more bonus, because you know Noelle, I just have to keep giving and giving and giving. There is another company that is lending to startups, okay? Literally, they are a community-funded institute, okay? It's a company called Accion. They're an organization, I should say, called Accion. accion.org. You can access Accion and they literally will lend to a startup. It is right on their website. I've used them before and it is an awesome opportunity for a small startup to start getting funds for their business that they can use to buy inventory or to market their business. Check them out as well because they lend to minorities. They have money for people with disabilities, and they again are community funded institute. So they are designed to lend startups money. That is their sole purpose. Make sure you check them out as well. Okay, so there you have it. I have given you all of these resources, all of the secrets. I've told you everything that you need to do. Make sure you check out North One Bank. I've put a link below. They have a system where you can get set up and get a business bank account in less than 3 minutes. Also, they have a large network of ATMs that you can access your money all over the country. They have thousands of ATMs that you can use absolutely free. And last but not least, with North One, you can set up the entire account from your home. It is all digital. It is a virtual bank that you do not have to go into any branch in order to get this set up. It is incredible, and you should definitely check them out. This is Noelle. I want to make sure that you have all of the tools, all of the knowledge, and all of the resources that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.